I am sure you know that laughter is the best medicine. Yeah, it is very good for your health. So let's play a little game as we go into our show today, a very serious show. But let us start with a good laugh, okay? And let's do it at guessing what people were doing, okay? Creating captions. Now in this photograph is a whole president. What is he saying? What are they doing? Let me give you my thoughts. Unaona huyo jamaa hapo? I don't like his face. I don't. Do something about it. I don't care what. Unaona huyo jamaa hapo? I don't like him. Unaona huyo jamaa hapo? Huyo ni anti-government. Kwenda rokota yeye haraka sana na umalizane na yeye. Okay. Caption number 2. I am making this video, but that's the same guy, huh? I am making this video to appeal to you guys to make noise. All our friends all over the world, make noise. Make a lot of noise. What? Now in the second caption we are not guessing. This is exactly what the immediate former head of state of the country called Gabon was appealing to you and me. Yeah, but he has never appealed to us before. He has never shown us his face before. But now that he's in trouble, he has shown his face. Now, some of you may think that I don't have any empathy. That is okay. However, believe it or not, I have a lot of empathy. And my empathy is for the wanyonge, the powerless, the long-suffering wananchi of a nation. That is where my empathy is. Not in filthy rich leaders who keep on rigging elections, fixing elections, playing around with computers, wasting people's time so that they wake up very early in the morning to go and vote. Some of them are mothers with children screaming on their backs. They need to go and look for food for those kids. But they take a few moments to make sure that they vote in the leader of their choice. And then characters in cohorts, with characters like that character in the caption game we've just played, go around and play around with their lives. Now, even if it was you, where would your empathy lie? Where would it lie? So back to Kenya. No man is an island, and no country is an island. What happens at your neighbor's place must affect you. You must get worried. Please allow me to give you a quick example from history. In 1964, around January, there was an emergency cabinet meeting at Harambee House, Nairobi. What was the agenda? The agenda was that something had just happened in nearby Zanzibar, where the people, the long-suffering people, led by a foreigner, actually a Ugandan policeman called Okello, had woken up one morning and overthrown the Zanzibar Sultan. Now I don't want to make some of you start laughing again, so I will not tell you that actually there were some rotten, corrupt Arab leaders in Zanzibar at that time, friends of the Sultan, who actually attempted to swim to Dar from Zanzibar, a distance that takes a speedboat over 1 hour. Things were that bad, and a lot of those families got away on small boats. Imagine in the high seas, you're in a small boat, you're not even sure of your bearings, because it is not easy to see the direction where you're going, and you cannot even see Dar es Salaam during the day from Zanzibar. And so because of these developments in Zanzibar, another country, which was later to be included in Tanganyika, to form the nation we now know as Tanzania. What was happening in Zanzibar caused an emergency cabinet meeting in Nairobi, Kenya, chaired by President Jomo Kenyatta, himself the President of the Republic. And so, corrupt leaders in Kenya, the people of Kenya, do we need to pay attention to what is happening in West Africa? Niger, imeenda. Gabon, imeenda. We don't know who is next. Hey. You know, the good book tells us we are all controlled. Everything is controlled by time and a season. We have entered a very tricky season in the world, and we have entered a very tricky season, especially on the continent of Africa. Things are happening too fast. I suspect punda imechoka. I suspect that soon and very soon it may no longer be viable to rig an election in Africa. I suspect. Don't misquote me. I have just said I suspect, because I'm also a realist. I'm not naive. These evil things against the people of Africa and the people of Kenya are not just done like that. Hata wewe jaribu utaona. They're not just done like that. They are done with assistance. They are done with technical assistance. They are done with the help of very powerful people. But it seems that now we have reached a season where things have started to happen. Okay? Is the season of judgment spread beyond Kenya? That is the question I'm asking myself. Because President Bongo took over from his father, who had ruled forever, so many years. And when he took over in an election, people were so tired of seeing his father that they told themselves, at least this is a change. Yes, it is his son, but at least this is a change. Anything, we want anything, just a change. Yeah? Just as long as we don't have that same face again, a different face is okay. Okay, it is his son, but that's okay. We just want a different face. And then what happened? You know, these years passed very quickly. The thing that happened is that the next elections arrived too quickly. They always do. And so, we are being told reliably that there was some pop, you're duly elected. All done on computer. Oh, Kenyans are so familiar with that game. Yeah, we have seen it, haven't we? So that's what happened. Now this time round, the same thing was done. That's what the people of Gabon are telling us. But what happened? Punda ilikuwa imechoka. Tena imechoka sana. Now those are the cold facts. But meanwhile back at home in Kenya, Kenyans are very excited. They are very happy. Why? Because they believe that powerful people in Kenya, who may not be innocent, it is only God and them who know, but who may not be innocent, are running scared. Huh? Another one. What is going to happen? Tunaweza enda wapi hiki tukifanyika hapa? Tutafanya nini? You know, such issues. These are just the imaginations of Kenyans. Of course, we don't know the reality. Because what we can see in our news media are people behaving very cockily. Yeah? People behaving like the ordinary mwananchi does not matter. Of course, they pretend once in a while, yeah, maybe more frequently, that they care. But you know, actions speak louder than words. How do you care about us if you're overburdening us with taxes? How do you care about us if you're spending so much time and money on fake narratives, fake news. Actions speak louder than words. Bottom line, imagination or no imagination, things can never be the same again anywhere in Africa. Anywhere. Yeah, not just Kenya, but many other African countries where the leaders run the countries like it is their personal property. And I've not said that lightly. Yeah, there's plenty of evidence that we have many leaders on the continent who run their countries like it is their personal property. Because, for example, corruption, the main driving engine of corruption, is an animal called cartel or cartels. Now, I know Kizungu ilikuja na meli, but let us define very accurately what a cartel is. Simply put, a cartel is a corrupt group of people who are hiding behind a very powerful person in a nation. Now, in case you didn't know, it is not possible in Kenya, for instance, today, to run a cartel with the backing of a minister only. Yeah, there's a cabinet minister, maybe your friend has been appointed, and you decide, I want to be a billionaire 5 years ago, yeah, not even today, and therefore I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. And what happens is a cartel that ignores the laws of the country, ignores the rules and regulation, ignores many things, impunity on steroids, yeah, and you start making money. Don't ever lie to yourself that you can do this with a cabinet minister. Not possible. For the simple reason that your friend who has been appointed to the cabinet is not the only cabinet minister, is not the only cabinet secretary. No, the others who are also interested in the same. And so immediately they start doing their deals here and there. Sooner or later, other ministers will be jealous. Sooner or later, interests will crisscross with those of another corrupt cabinet minister. And that cartel will end very badly. The only way a cartel survives is with power and connections from right inside State House. Don't cheat yourself that it's done any other way. Don't cheat yourself. Unless you're just determined to fool yourself, which is okay, that's a democratic right. The truth is, a cartel cannot be run without a very powerful individual right inside State House. It could be a relative of the president. It could be a very close friend of the leader of that country. But a cartel is a cartel because it has got powers that override those of cabinet ministers. Let us get that very clearly on our minds. And therefore, coming back to my point, you cannot convince me you care about me when in that country there are cartels and there's corruption. And it doesn't matter what we're being told about the cartels being fought. Yeah? All that is fake narratives. Because we all know for a fact that to deal with cartels, yeah, if you want to know somebody serious, you'll not only hear the name of one Kalasinga. No. You'll hear at least the names of minimum 20 people, 20 individuals. Yeah, take that one from me. Not one person. Name 20 prominent officials. Make speeches against those 20. Yeah, carry even the list as you're making a speech. Then we'll know you're serious. Otherwise, any other scenario is just hot air. Yeah, that famous Kenyan phrase that came from our Supreme Court. Yeah, hot air. Yeah, those who are opposing the elections, those who are saying the elections were rigged, that is just hot air. But the really important question we need to ask ourselves is, how will this impact us? What has happened in those faraway West African countries? How will this impact us? Is it possible that people will finally wake up and start serving the people of Kenya? Is it possible that people with the bad habits of dipping their hands into public coffers, money of the wananchi, money of the long-suffering people, and taking out money and pocketing it, is it possible that those people will suddenly reform very quickly because of what is happening in West Africa? What do you think? Well, human nature tells me, utangoja, ungoje till you get old. It won't happen. So what will happen? In my opinion, people will be more cautious, more cautious, more sensitive to what is happening in the country. Because apparently what happened in Gabon and Niger took the leaders of those countries completely by surprise. Indeed, in one of those instances, one of the very prominent people in that coup was a first cousin to the president. Kweli kikulacho kiko nguoni mwako. But let us get away from daydreams, ndoto za mchana, and come back to the reality of what is happening in Kenya. Now, recent news has revealed to us that the bipartisan talks, they changed their name, the national talks, have made a breakthrough. Both sides have accepted the Azimio agenda, audit of the election results, yes, that has been agreed on. Cost of living, yes, that has been agreed on. Things are going well. Or are they? Now, I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, but ulisikia siku gani chui, a leopard, ikabadilisha madoadoa? A leopard suddenly lost its spots. Hiyo ulisikia wapi? Ulisikia wapi hiyo? It never happens. So the character of the people involved in these talks, we cannot expect to change. Never ever. And so we have no option but to be suspicious. We have no option but to suspect that people are buying time. Because you have agreed on the agenda. Realistically speaking, agreeing on the agenda is not an agreement on the pertinent points in that agenda. You now have to sit down and discuss. And by the way, don't forget that it has taken quite some time for those talks to reach where they have. I believe almost a month of dilly-dallying, push and pull, etc., etc. Finally, we have agreed on the agenda. That has taken time. So you cannot blame us for suspecting that people are buying time. Even this move that put a smile on the faces of many Kenyans, that these talks will be broadcast live on TV, that these talks will be covered by the media. Kenyans will be able to know what was being discussed, what person A said, what the other side said, what this other side said. Kenyans will be able to get all that information almost in real time. Has made very many Kenyans happy. Even that one, in my opinion, is creating drama to divert attention so that Kenyans will start enjoying these talks so much. Always talking about what's happening in the talks. And time is passing. Time is going. 2024, we're still talking. There's like a small thing which will sort out here and there. 2025. Now we're not interested in these talks. Back and forth, back and forth. 2026. No. We don't even know why we're in these talks in the first place. Let the talks end. You can do what you want. That will be 2026. The next year is the general elections. And therefore, people will have no option but to say, let's wait for the elections. Okay? And somebody will have served his 5 years. Damn. Game shot. I believe that's the game being played here. However, the time and the season tells me it will not play out like that. The hunger being suffered by Kenyans and their families tells me it won't play out like that. You know, this thing called the stomach is very interesting. A person can take a lot of things, but if somebody goes hungry, they usually change. I've said that on this channel so many times, it's getting boring. But that is the essence of human nature. And even as you make your big, intricate, very clever, smart plans, remember, you can never run away from human nature. So let's wait and see what happens. Now, very quickly before I go, I just need to remind you about my latest book, Tyranny of False Narratives. It is available at a very affordable price, only $4.99 or Kenyan shillings 499, and it is a great way to support me and the work I do here, all for a better Kenya. Of course, if you want the audiobook version of this latest book of mine, the price is only $6.99. I believe you've been seeing details on your screens right now. This is a very important book. Yeah, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it, and I'm sure your eyes are going to be opened. But even then, I will really appreciate you supporting me through these very difficult times for all of us. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.